Welcome back. You've been part of all the constitutional makings and breakings, and where do you think where things would have been better?
Military rulers cannot come if you have a strong civil leadership. And if you have a team and that team is selfless, what is eroding us is the corruption. You talk of lawyers, they did a wonderful job in organizing themselves. But what happened in the end? A huge procession was organized. If it would have reached Islamabad, then you could understand what consequences would have been there. But who stopped it? It is General Kiani who phoned Nawaz Sharif, who phoned the leaders of lawyers and stopped them at Gujranwala. So in the end, who prevailed?
So that's why you sided with General Ziaul Haq and
I
General
didn't
Musharraf,
side.
that they are powerful men because
No.
they have the power.
I'm
of the
sorry,
government.
I never sided, I only acted as a legal advisor, and that's all.
But you are saying that democracy needs to be strong. So who will strengthen the democracy if military rulers know that they will have legal experts who can bail them out, give them the safe passage in the courts?
If the leaders on the civil side would have come forward, then as I appeared for Tamizuddin, I would have appeared for them. I want such persons to come forward.
And you think Truth and Reconciliation Commission that everyone is talking about, and we have seen it in South Africa, could be the answer of Pakistan's
But what you have done is not Truth and Commission. You have done is National Reconciliation Ordinance, which is under dispute. The Supreme Court has said it may be placed before Parliament and then subject to judicial review.
But this was signed between former President Musharraf and then the former Prime Minister and now the slain former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, under which Asif Ali Zardari became the beneficiary or some other politicians became the beneficiary. But that was at that time.
All I can say is this, that if Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto would have been alive, situation would have been entirely different. She was a strong personality and had a great character, and she would have led the nation properly, and she had an understanding how to run the government because she had 3 or 4 experiences in the past. But let me now give you some illustration of what happens in some situations like that. Now let us go to Canada. It's a very developed country, very developed country, and very progressive. Now see what happened. In October 2008, elections were held and new Prime Minister was in office. Then in by January 8th, he had to call the meeting of the Assembly to pass the budget. But he was short and he realized that he will not be able to get the budget passed. So he went to the Governor General. Now the Governor General is a lady and very well versed in it, and he explained his difficulty. So she said, what do you want? He says, I want time till 26th of January. She suspended the assembly. In Canada, she suspended the assembly to enable him to tide over the crisis. This is January 2008. This is what is happening there. Where was the Commonwealth? Where were those constitutional experts? What was her power to suspend the assembly itself? If he was not able to muster the strength to get the budget passed, then other alternatives could have been examined by her. Maybe that she was not able to see that the opposition can form the government, probably they were not also in a position. Whatever may be the reasons, something which she did which was not contemplated or provided in the Constitution.
So what is the thing that you regret?
No, I am saying that situations arise when certain actions have to be taken, and the Governor General of Canada did.
But since you are the upholder of law, you are the upholder of constitution, so...
Well, I am.
So in future you think if any military ruler will come, you will not give him advice?
If whosoever will ask my advice, I will give. If there is strong civil government and they seek, I have given advice to me and Nawaz Sharif, I have given advice to Sherpa, I have given advice to Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto. So there is no question.
And you think military governments are better or civilian governments?
Nobody is better. Whosoever works for the country is better. Take the case of Abraham Lincoln, the greatest president. He defied the constitution, he defied the orders of the court for the sake of the country. So what is important is the country.
And recently Malaysia,
Malaysia, let us not go to Malaysia. There are many things which happened there. In fact, the first trouble with the Chief Justice arose in Malaysia. Though before that, a judge came into trouble in India because of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Pandit Pant. So these things happen everywhere.
All right, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for talking to me.